On What's Brewing today, agri-tech startup Arya.ag has secured $19.8 million commitment from the United States International Finance Corporation, or DFC. Now, the funds will help Arya.ag's ability to connect farmers and farmers' producer organizations with buyers by ensuring payment security, transaction transparency, and improved access. To discuss more on that, I'm now joined by its co-founder and ED, Anand Chandra, and also with me, my colleague Shruti. Anand, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. And also here's wishing you a very, very happy Diwali. Let's start, by asking you, talking about your company. The fund you've raised is for your agri-commerce subsidiary, Arya Tech, right? So via this platform, you connect farmers and farmer producer organizations with buyers nationwide. If you could sort of take us through how your platform works and what are the kind of efficiencies that you're creating?
First of all, a very happy Diwali to all of you and all the viewers around. Wishing you all of you great success and prosperity for this festive season. So answering to your question, Arya.ag, we handle storage, we handle finance, and we have commerce. So there are three layers of services which we do. So each of the grain which is stored in our warehouse is digitized. I would say it's an electronic balance, which the farmers or the FPO then use to avail finance on it. And then trade is connecting them to a set of buyers. So basically two main questions which we address through our platform. We give them a freedom when to sell and whom to sell. By answering when to sell, I take my storage space closer to the production centers, and we have tie-up with 31 financial institutions. We have our own NBFC through which we extend finance to them. And later on, when they want to sell, when the prices have appreciated, I connect them to a set of buyers. So that helps them to answer the second point, which is whom to sell. So these are two primary challenges which we address. The recent round of,
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so the recent round of commitment which we have received from DFC has come to our trade arm, which will help us to add more services to the farmers, to layer more services, expand our reach.
Yes, Anand, this is Shruti quickly stepping in, and I was about to come to that. The debt commitment that you've received of $19.8 million comes on the heels of your $29 million fund raised last quarter. Take us through why you needed to raise this debt round, and again, where will the funds go towards?
See, the two line of businesses, as I mentioned, the finance bit and the trade bit, they both are a capital guzzling business. So the more you need to grow, you need to get more capital. With the equity coming in June through Blue Earth, will help us to expand our lending business. Will also help us to leverage more by getting more debt. So this DFC is a part of a debt which we have raised. We'll be raising more debt from other financial institutions to extend more finance to the farmers and the FPOs which are associated. Along with it, we'll also be working on structures which will be working with banks as business correspondent to extend the finance. If the organization has to grow, we have to extend our finance and the trade bit. See, the payment security which we talk about also needs capital. So we bridge in that capital in there also.
Right, absolutely. And if you could, very quickly in 30 seconds, because you have so many different parts of your businesses, right? If you could sort of take us through how you're going to divide your business now in terms of revenue and verticals. And can you elaborate on what your ambitions are and which is your most lucrative business at this point that you want to double down on?
Usually all three verticals which we talk about are profitable now. So on a standalone basis, the warehouse will remain as a nervous system on which we layer finance, and then further we layer, trade on that. So in terms of the numbers, the comparison may be slightly difficult because in warehouse you earn rent. However, all three verticals have to grow hand in hand for us to achieve where we desire to. We currently handle almost 3% of the total grain production that goes through our platform. So our endeavor is to take it to 10 to 15% in next 3-4 years. And to translate this into revenue numbers, we are at a 20 crore profit last year. We endeavor to take it to 90 to 100 crores in next 2 years. And that's when we plan to go public also.
All right, Anand, you've also facilitated the disbursement of over $1.5 billion in loans to smallholder farmers, FPOs and other stakeholders. Can you elaborate on this part of the business? Do you do it through partnerships? Will the debt be used for the financial side of the business?
See, all lending which we do directly. Our advantage is that we have gone and we have become size agnostic. we are able to operate in smaller warehouses profitably. That's why we are able to run warehouses closer to the farm gate. Now that gives an opportunity to lend to people who are storing with us. Now with this opportunity available, trade also comes in along with it. Now once we do this, we don't work with agents because there are no margins available. So whom do we compete with? We compete with the local money lenders today. So if you look at the tech piece which we have innovated, today if a farmer walks into a warehouse and by the time the stocks get unloaded, I can sanction him the loan, and by the time he goes back, the money can get credited into his account. There's no paperwork which he has to sign. It's all digitized from end to end, from storage to finance to trade. Everything is digitized. So it becomes easier for us to, offer those services to farmers.
Absolutely. So, everything is digitized. If you could quickly in 20 seconds tell us, you're currently operating in 60% of India's districts and manage over 11,000 agri warehouses, right? So what's the quantity of grains that you're storing annually, and how do you plan to grow your presence even further at this point?
So as we speak today, we have almost 4 million metric tons of grain stored in our warehouse. And as I mentioned earlier, almost 3% of the total production, around 9 to 9.5 million tons, goes through our platform. That's the capacity which we hold. The numbers have to go up to roughly around, say, at a peak level, we should be holding around 12 million metric tons in next 2 years. And then as we grow, 20-30% growth annually should come in. So those are the numbers which we are looking at on the storage side to handle.
All right, Anand, with that, it's time for us to wrap up this conversation. But many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today. Wish you the very best with all your growth plans. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.